Previously on 2 Past Midnight, looking through the crosshairs of this scope, and we see a person looks emaciated, malnourished, sunken in cheeks, kind of this hollow look in their eyes as they're just like, it seems like what they're doing is scrounging around for food or whatever they might find, maybe something they can trade for food. And this person's just like looking around, and for a second there, they look straight at you.
As that happens, he squeezes the trigger.
We're going to do XP. It's been a bit, and a couple sessions ago, you're all yelled at me for not having XP, so we're going to do XP.
Well, it's been the last XP we got was XP-miss, so it was before Christmas when we recorded the last episode.
Yeah, you say that, but that's like recording. Like, that's different than like how many useful like actual episodes do we get? You can't just go time between recording sessions because
I'm just saying, it's been a minute.
There's times where we've had whole nights where all we did was one fucking episode, and you know.
I mean, in all fairness, it's April.
Yet again, you're looking at it as real world time versus like sessions time.
No, I'm looking at...
I mean, we don't have to do XP if you don't want to. If you don't want to complain about it. I mean, we could move on and just not do it. But.
Got any more of them coins?
No, I'm just pissed that right after we got XP, I used 10 to get Harrison to speak Russian, and then he's dead.
Well, maybe he should have rolled better for recon.
Or Polish. Sorry, Polish.
Chris, I don't want to hear it.
I know.
Maybe he should have put some in recon.
Then we wouldn't hit that fucking mine.
Or instead of Russian, went with speak with dead.
Or speak from dead.
Yeah, daggone it, I'm getting haunted by that redneck.
Captain Emmett.
All right, so did you participate? Yes, you all participated, so you're all going to get one of our fancy challenge coins. So,
yay!
Good job, everybody.
Which I saw that on the Discord. I am in absolute favor of making those at some point.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, totally. No, it's once we have the design and
money,
figure out where. Well, let's get into that part and figure out where we would get them from, and then have the funds to buy them. To then,
they are not cheap.
No, they're not cheap. We were pricing them actually the other day.
What are we talking?
It'd be a substantial investment.
It's not cheap
to have them invest and to have them made. I mean, unless someone out there that listens to us, like, mints their own coins or something, and then maybe we could go from there.
How much are the colored?
Find somebody with a 3D printer or something.
I don't want to do the colored ones. If we do them, they should just be like, not. Don't look at me like that, Kyle.
2024, buddy. Come on.
No, I mean, like, I don't like. I like them where they're just the brass color. You know what I mean? Like the patined. Like, we just need a foundry. Ultimately, what we need is a foundry. So we should just build a foundry. What do you guys think? I've worked in one before. I know how they generally operate.
I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Really.
You know what? Let's end the podcast. We will no longer be making a podcast, and we'll just switch over to, casting
coins.
bronze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring all your old brass. We're melting it down.
All right. So what the fuck are my challenge coins? Oh, there they are. All right. So Jeremy, you get one. Boop.
Yay.
He's at 14. Chris, you get one. You are at 4. Brian, you get one. You're at 11 now. And Kyle, you get one. You are at 6. Jeremy is still hoarding his because he's intending on spending them on something later on down the road.
Scrooge McDuck.
Yep. He's going to pay for his next PC to be Scrooge McDuck. So.
Yep. That's it.
All right. So we've done that part. Did you follow your moral code despite significant risk to yourself or your group? We're mostly focusing on the main team, the PCs that y'all are playing like currently mostly. So we're talking Valentine.
Yeah, since last time we've really only touched on the other groups. We never.
Yeah.
We haven't had any significant story with the other one.
Yeah.
I would like to say yes.
With the whole snipery shit?
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. I'm cool with that.
Deal.
Brian, Emmett.
No, I don't. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. It has been a lot of not doing that.
But risking your life to save others, I mean...
We have toted a small child around for no reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got her there, and I also dragged your character across the wasteland on my freaking back. So
You could have dropped him in that riot easily.
Or before you even got there. So I think
Yeah.
Emmett gets an experience point for that.
Totally.
Yep. Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Both Jablonski and Bruce. Because both of them are alive right now.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Right now, as far as you know.
But those go on respective character sheets.
Yeah.
That's why I'm pulling up the other one.
What is Jablonski's moral code? Fucking with kids?
Pretty much.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
I meant like, trying to do standoffs with kids,
Oh,
bully kids, right? Isn't that his moral code?
yeah,
Just
pretty
pushing
much.
kids around.
All he did was take us in, flee the fire, try and walk away from kids, get killed, and then becomes violently ill.
Yep. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I took all y'all in, okay? That's all you need to know.
I think Jablonski gets one. What about Bruce? Have you even figured out what his moral code is yet?
I didn't do it yet. I didn't think he'd be alive. I thought you'd kill him off. Homie has no abilities but the ability to run, so I was like, ain't gonna murder.
All right. Well, I mean, at some point, figure out what his moral code is.
Definitely.
So, did we ever decide what? Because I know he was a professor. Have you decided what he was a professor of?
Fine arts.
That's a very broad topic.
Yeah.
Like art history.
Yes, art history. Yep.
Okay. All right.
At one point, I actually did Google.
Abstract art in the future.
Yeah. Did Google different degrees in his field.
Okay.
And
okay.
I was going between theater and fine art and stuff like that. And I thought he'd be...
oh my God, theater would be amazing.
I thought about doing theater, but I don't know enough musical references to make it worth it.
Can I make a suggestion of philosophy?
So philosophy and sociology were my other two top fives that were... Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because at one point I thought about philosophy, and then at one point I thought about dropping all these weird sociological facts about the groups as they currently dynamic. But yeah, philosophy would be great.
Yeah, it would be. But whatever you end up deciding, if you want to go fine arts, that's cool. So I guess he doesn't really have a specific moral code yet. So we'll just move on from there. Murph, moral code.
So, is forced psychosis count for risking yourself?
I'm going to go ahead and say Murph gets one for that. Because even before he flipped out and the rounds went by, he was already, fighting the crowd.
And trying to protect the girl.
Yeah, I'm going to say he gets an experience point for that.
And then...
you're welcome.
Thank you. And then the moral code thing, we talked about this at the end of the last recording.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that yet. That's a whole other shebang at this point.
Yep.
All right. Did you risk or sacrifice something significant to realize your big dream? Emmett.
Big dream is fine. Son Keanu. I mean, he has now gone into debt with the most absolute corrupt person we've run across other than Yuri to further his pursuit of that.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, all right. Sure. I'll go with that. That sounds like XP worthy. So, yeah. He's definitely taking some chances. So, Chris.
Murph has that same moral, or the big dream for Murph is to help Emmett find his son, and I think he has showed that he's willing to pretty much do anything at this point.
Yeah, Yeah.
We're all
Yeah.
in the same. We're in this. We are where we are to try to accomplish that goal.
Man, I'll tell you what. Editing so far, like there's some. This is interesting where things are headed, and I have a theory on where this is headed, but I don't want to go too far into it right now. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this all ends up playing out, because it seems like there's might come a time when Emmett and Murph don't see eye to eye. You know what I mean? Like very soon, things are headed in a very different trajectory right now.
Well, yeah, like I kind of get where you're going.
Yeah.
Maybe if I go off on the mercenary path, then
Yeah, like he might head off. Like Murph might be heading off on a really dark road that there might be a point where Emmett's like, "What the fuck," you know? But
yeah,
I
I think Murph is completely losing his humanity.
yeah. Jeremy, big dream.
Valentine gave up the location of his safe house to a bunch of randos.
Okay, all right.
So it is the one place where he's safe. So
Yeah, I think that works. I think I could see that counting as giving up something to accomplish his big dream, knowing what his big dream is. I see that. Yeah.
Yep.
What are y'all thinking of Valentine right now?
I mean, in character, Emmett realizes that he's probably the closest opponent out of the group. You know, I think there's a mutual respect based off of, you know, obvious attributes between the two of them. Seem to be almost the same person on opposite sides of the fence. Is how Emmett kind of views him.
What about Murph? What do you think?
Weird, right? So, in some respects, a complete kinship, almost like an equal, like an operator. Like sees him like as like kindred spirits and like war fighting. But the suspicious connection to Yuri.
But he doesn't know. But
He does, because when I asked him, because when we asked him,
he said he's known many Yuris. He specifically did not say that he knew the Yuri you were talking about.
No, but when we said Yuri was our
Torturer.
yeah, but interrogator. Sorry.
Right. And then he asked, what was this Yuri's name? And then you said what his name was. And then he said, I've known many Yuris. This is not the rat we are looking for.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, theoretically, he never really said he knew him, so.
No, but I would think that there's a little suspicion there.
Maybe.
I mean, it's clear that Valentine is probably former KGB. I think we can come to that conclusion, or Murph can come to that conclusion. At least Spetsnaz, maybe not KGB. So he sees him as a kindred spirit operationally, and he's wary of him at the same time.
Right. But it also goes a little bit into that Stockholm syndrome of when he's missing that order.
But he's also thinking maybe that he is a chance of surviving in this crazy world. Maybe I can work for this guy and use my skills will actually keep me alive in a in an employment kind of situation.
What does Bruce think, or does Lieutenant Bruce have? Well, I mean, I guess he knew him previously, so curious. What is Lieutenant Bruce's thoughts on Valentine?
I mean, he was, comes in and out, kind of larger than life. Almost the stories of him are bigger than he is as an actual person. You know, the guy that can get things for you, the guy that can get you in, the guy that has what you need. So it's kind of an infamy.
More than famous.
Yes.
He's infamous. Yeah,
Infamous.
I gotcha. Infamous.
Would you say I have a plethora?
Look, it's a mail plate. You can tell by the little balls underneath.
Love that.
You're supposed to shoot up, not out. You shot the invisible swordsman. Oh, I'm so glad that all of our listeners are of similar ages to us. All right. They've seen those movies. Or that movie specifically. Kyle, we didn't do yours yet. Did you risk or sacrifice something significant to realize your big dream? Does Lieutenant Bruce have a big dream yet?
Yes, he wants to find a path of his own life and finally earn respect on his own for the first time, because he's a person who's always been given anything. He's a rich kid. Again, BS degree, BS college, BS job, just waiting for the trust fund to kick in. So the moment
probably
he can
not gonna know.
So his whole life plan got thrown out the window, and he has to go from somebody who's been handed something his entire life, and he finally wants to earn both respect and accomplishment for the first time ever. And he did none of that so far.
I mean, he tripped and almost
got everybody killed.
Distracted the tank for everybody else.
100%. Yeah.
That would have been a sacrifice.
That's why he was so quick to like sell his radio and try to give things. He's trying to. Yeah.
Well, but if you think about it along those terms, I mean, to be a nice referee, I would say that's almost XP worthy at that point, because you sold off a shit ton of starting gear to get everybody food and stuff.
Sold off a lot of valuable shit.
That was like the first thing he did. So I think he gets XP for that. Jablonski, what about him?
I mean, he's been catatonic.
I don't even know what his big dream is. To steal stuff from kids? It's his...
To steal cars from kids.
The big wheels.
I mean, I put myself out there. I gave my farm. I put people up. And then it's just been a big kick in the balls ever since by either a child or...
Jablonski has had it rough. He has had it rough. Sure, he can have one. Yeah, give him one for that too. Why not? All right. Did you travel through at least one hex on the travel map that you had not visited before? Yes. Everyone gets an experience point for that. Did you overcome one or more dangerous events using violent and or non-violent means?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a lot of shit's happened since last time we did XP.
That's kind of like our specialty.
Yeah, well, that's also because I put a lot of gaps in between when we do XP.
Overcoming events with violent or non-violent acts? Yeah, that's like the game.
I was just going to say that.
Well, I mean, if all you're doing is like avoiding them, I would be like, you're not going to get XP for just avoiding it. Like,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Like some kind of confrontation, whether it be conversation, I would put that in the non-violent means. I mean, I guess maybe avoiding, maybe. I don't know. It is the game. It'd be really boring. I guess if you were just farming, it wouldn't be. You're just like, we're growing beets, But
I don't think Murph and Emmett know any other way.
A lot of our CONUS team was trying to avoid getting shot and stuff. So, like, those, I think we earned some...
Yeah, but we haven't done much with the CONUS ones since the last time we did.
No, but I'm just saying those are examples of, avoiding the fight in a way that's still gameplay.
Right. No, totally. There are examples of it. I was just trying to think of examples where it's not like we're growing beets or cabbage or, yeah.
Fishing.
Yeah, fishing. All right. Did you risk your life for the PC who is your buddy?
No. No.
Speaking of which, does Valentine have a buddy yet, Jeremy?
Working on it.
Okay.
Working on it.
Brian, did Emmett risk his life for Murph since Christmas? XP miss.
Yes.
I feel like yes. What did we have? We had hiding him in the farmhouse, but that wasn't really life risking. I think when he actually had to confront him during his violent rage, that was risking his life for a buddy.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'll say yeah for that. What about Murph? Because your buddy's Emmett right now too, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would think so. I mean, that's kind of like their day-to-day existence, but the whole deal with the riot and all that stuff, I mean, he was originally trying to get to Emmett, but then he was protecting the girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Where were... trying to think of XP miss when that was.
That was right before you all got firebombed. And then there was the firebombing, and then there was the leaving, going to the farmhouse, and then he was sick, and out of it.
Yeah, kids tried to kill us.
Yep, but Murph wasn't there for that. Then it was
Preacher.
Rogers was there. Yep,
and then we meandered our way around the countryside to get to the main gate.
The only place would have been in the riot, and just the fact that, agreeing to be indebted to Yuri in order to try to go eventually get to
Valentine. Not Yuri.
Oh, sorry. Valentine, in order to, at the whole end goal of that is to find Keanu.
Right.
So, I don't know, yes and no. I mean, I'd
Sure,
be
why not?
okay either way.
Sure, why not? We'll go with why not. Because him and Emmett have been pretty much watching each other's back for a while now. So I'm going to go with that's okay. Bruce, have you picked a buddy yet?
Yeah, currently I think that probably it would probably be I was going to say the girl. It's an easy set of points. I've been over backwards for her. But I still think Murph's nuts, so more than likely Emmett would be my buddy.
Okay.
I was going to say Valentine, but I think I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if you picked Valentine after that close, intimate conversation they had after the tank.
Yeah.
But I don't believe I've necessarily done anything in conjunction with Emmett.
I didn't think so either. Okay, what about Jablonski?
I mean, Jablonski's whole thing has been trying to help people he doesn't know at all.
I'll say Jablonski gets it for that. Yeah,
okay.
For all of that.
He gets a point for every time a child punched him in the dick.
Yeah. Butt stroked him with a shotgun. Pap. All right, so you all know about spending XP. You can't really do that until you rest. So, hopefully you survive long enough for that.
So do we each get 5?
I think we
roughly.
counted down. I don't know, whatever.
Plus or minus.
Yeah, whatever it was. I don't know. 1. You all got 1 for the session, but that's the challenge coin. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think Murph got 4 was what it was. No, 5. Yeah, 5.
I think Bruce got 4 and Jablonski got 5 is my calculations.
Yeah, that sounds right. Jeremy, and you don't have a buddy yet.
Right, but Valentine still had 5.
Okay. He risked it. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. He didn't risk his life for PC, who's his buddy. Or are you counting the challenge coin as the 5th one?
I'm counting the challenge coin as 5.
Okay, I wasn't counting the challenge coin. I'm saying a challenge coin and then 5 on top of
Gotcha,
that.
4.
Right.
Challenge coin plus 4.
Plus 4. Yep. All right. So, all right. So after each session in which you made a coolness under fire roll and succeeded, I'm going to say that probably applies to everybody at some point. So let's just go ahead and do that. If you have a chance to increase your coolness under fire. So this is not going to apply if yours is already maxed out. So, Brian, yours is maxed, right? Emmett is maxed?
Yeah, Emmett's still at an A.
Okay, Kyle. What's Bruce
I'm at
at?
a C and a C.
Both of them are at a C?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say both of them get this roll.
Both your characters.
Yeah. Because we're not counting group morale for this part. It's just the individual character's coolness under fire.
Yeah, they both had a C.
All right. So you roll the base die for your coolness under fire. So just the C. And if the result is a 1, you increase your coolness under fire by 1 step. So roll a D8 for one and then a D8 for the other.
I rolled a 6. And I rolled a 1.
Ooh. Who was the
Now,
second one?
I was going Jablonski as the oldest character.
And then Bruce. Okay, that's fine. So now Bruce...
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Great for Bruce. That also means he now has to... Each time your coolness under fire increases, roll your base die for empathy. If the result is a 6 or higher, your empathy rating is permanently reduced by 1 step.
That's amazing.
I currently have a C in empathy.
All right, so roll a D8.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, so
There you
his
go.
empathy does not go down. All right.
That shit of sneaking in past the mines and the tank and like Valentine getting in his face. Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
All right, and I think Murph's is maxed out too, and I'm going to assume Valentine's is also, right, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's maxed.
Yep. All right. Changing unit morale. All right. So, if one or more of the following events have taken place in the session, the unit morale increases by 1 step. Your unit has been in combat and defeated its enemies. Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, automatically that's up by 1, but let's go down the list anyway, just for shits and giggles. You've helped other people in some material way. You guys took that girl to the church. I'm going to say that kind of counts, at the very least. So, yeah. There's another one. Your unit has traveled at least 1 hex on the travel map towards your goal. Definitely. And a lot of this is because we're not doing it as like one session. I'm doing it in like longer stretches of time in my attempt to extend the campaign longer before everyone gets maxed out on everything.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
That'd be
There's a
absurd.
lot of debits and credits on this.
Yeah. The PC in the unit with the highest command skill level has increased their skill level. Brian, have you increased your command skill? I don't think so.
No.
Lieutenant Bruce now. Lieutenant Bruce, what's your command?
Let's see.
Okay, well, never mind.
It's still higher than mine, but
Okay, but the unit morale was currently a D was what you were working with, wasn't it? Or do you guys have C?
I had A and a C, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you were going with
We'd
his.
already changed it
Okay.
for Bruce. Yeah.
Now, if one or more of the following events have taken place this session, the unit morale decreases by 1 step. So, a member of your unit has been killed or fatally wounded.
My Canadian brother burned.
Technically, yeah, I was about to say, technically he died. So that should theoretically take it back down. A member of your unit is starving at the end of the session. A member of your unit is dehydrated at the end of the session. Now, this is me being nice, so you're welcome.
Plus 3 minutes.
Also, Harrison and Stanislav.
Hold on. They don't know they're dead.
Fair.
So I would
Fair
say,
point.
1, that shouldn't affect their morale because they have no idea.
point.
They just don't know.
Okay. All right.
Missing,
Benevolent.
but they're not fatally wounded or killed,
Benevolent.
as far as I know.
Yeah, because we knew they were at the church.
Here's the other thing. Since we did a bunch of XP and then killed off a bunch of people with spending stuff, I'm not going to count that one against y'all. So I'm going to say it should go up by 1. And you guys should go from a C to a B because you guys have accomplished fucking lot in that amount of time. And that was literally like the next thing that happened was Gordon getting killed. So that would seem kind of shitty on my part. There could have been an XP in the middle and that would have made that not count between then and now. So
Very kind.
I'm not going to count it. So I'm going to say it can go up to a B, technically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bam.
Now I really feel like something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were laughing for an hour before we started, and now our coolness under fire is at A to B.
Yep.
For most of us, yeah, someone's dead.
I don't know.
Someone is going to die in this
A
session.
member of your unit sleep deprived at the end of the session? Nope. A member of your unit is hypothermic at the end of the session? No. Okay.
All right.
So that is not going to affect the unit morale. All right. So also at this point, you guys, your characters can decide to either redefine the moral code, seek a new dream, or find another buddy. So does anyone think they want to switch one of those things up?
Yes. Emmett will keep Murph. He's going to keep the big dream of finding Keanu, of course. But his moral code will now be what power would hell have if those imprisoned were not able to dream of heaven? And it's basically don't lose hope.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I like it. I like it. Is that from the Divine Comedy?
From the Sandman.
Because I feel like that was where I feel like, anyway, that's irrelevant. Yeah, I like it. So apparently Emmett's read the Sandman comics, which is weird. Maybe Keanu read them, and that's why Emmett knows it.
Like Keanu had them, and they were laying around. He's like, "What is this?
What is this? Oh, that's cool." All right, Kyle. I know you were trying to figure out a big dream and moral code. Oh, you already have his big
I
dream.
have the big dream. I'm working on the moral code.
Okay. And the buddy you were going with Emmett. And what about Jablonski?
Morphine is his buddy. No.
He's chasing the dragon.
Big dream is now going to be changed to rebuild the farm in the old community that got firebombed.
See, that's another. Let's get back to that in a second because I'm curious about something with him. All right, so that's his big dream. What about moral code?
Stop helping strangers.
Well, it's always been help those in need and make your parents proud. And I think I'm going to keep it in that realm.
Okay.
It's a little vague, but I like it. I like help those in need, essentially.
And what about buddy? Does he have a buddy?
No.
Okay.
Don't know that he I'm trying to think if he had any real relationships.
Are you for real?
No,
I
it's
carried
you.
I carried you for how long?
Yeah, and you went with me on the journey to the junkyard as well. So yeah, it would definitely be. I just didn't know if I wanted to pick Emmett for everything.
Well, but here's the other question, and this is where I was going to get to before we jump over to Valentine on this stuff. What do you think Jablonski's does at this point? Because they all went inside. Like, is he planning on waiting out there in the refugee camp, or is he planning on doing what's his plan?
So he's a farmer by nature. So if there's a way he could find a way to farm and help people there, he's going to try to do that. So he's going to look around in this community and see if there's a niche for him to find. If not, he's going to head back towards where he's from and see if there's anybody left in that community, if there's any society to build back.
Okay. All right. And this is me trying to think, because we may push him off to the side for a bit, and I'll try to figure out.
Bring him back for special episodes.
Right. Exactly. Jeremy. Valentine. Moral code, big dream, find another buddy.
None of those things are changing. Buddy is still up in the air. That's not really his thing.
I will say that it's a vague definition that there are benefits for. You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I guess Murph would be the closest thing right now.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, it seemed. Yeah.
No. It's definitely yeah. I would say Murph.
Okay.
Is going to be his buddy. Do I have to say what his moral code is?
I mean, here's the thing. It might be more interesting. It could be interesting either way, actually. But, it's up to you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. His moral code is get them before they get you. Is his thing. And his big dream is get back at Jelko. That is his all-consuming goal at this point. Jelko is going down. That's it. Nothing else matters.
I like it. I like it a lot. And, so that pretty much covers our XP. All right, so we should probably jump back into this, but I think where we should go to is there was a thing we talked about after we got done recording last time. And what we discussed last time after we got done was Murph's shooting of the refugee, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it was because I brought up that technically he should get a point of stress for that. And we went back and forth on that, on like if he should have had to roll the empathy roll to even take that shot, yada, yada, yada. Chris doesn't feel like he should have to, that Murph should have to roll that empathy roll. I don't agree with that, but I'm going to say, cool, you don't have to roll the empathy roll. But I'm still going to say he still was going to take a point of stress. And he's still going to, if he had the killer specialty, I'd probably have let it slide. But in this situation, if it were an active threat or a potential threat, even, you know what I mean? Like, I probably wouldn't have worried so much about it. But this person was not an active or potential threat. It was just a starving refugee that some Russian dude told him to shoot. You know what I mean? So
for the audience's benefit, I guess, my argument is that his moral code is The survival of him and his team takes higher priority over a moral compass or rules of engagement. So that is my argument where I think he's like, well, fuck yeah, I'll shoot this guy. I don't care.
That's fair, but he was not threatening the survival of your team in any way, shape, or form.
He's just a dude on the
It
street.
says higher priority.
No. See, and that's why I'm saying, sure, fine, you can take the shot if you feel like he would take the shot, but we're still going to do the empathy, or we're still going to do the coolness under fire roll for the point of stress, and then the empathy roll to see if it kicks in psychosis and he goes into a violent rampage.
Shoot.
Yeah, I just
refugees.
I don't feel like killing an innocent would send him into a violent rampage.
It might. Let's roll that empathy roll.
That's what the dice are for.
Only one way to find
See, but
out.
here's the thing, Chris, and this is what I said even at the last time. Like, the things you're saying about the character are still the things that are defined by the character's stats, right?
I agree. I just think it's anti-ethical to the current situation that the character is in. I think he thinks nothing of smoking the refugee.
That's quite possible. But, see, the mind, when you're dealing with mental trauma, isn't a rational thing, right? Like, we're not talking about a person that has all of their rational wits about them at the moment, right? Because he doesn't.
He's pretty
why
framed.
that psychosis thing is there and that
Both
phobia
of them.
thing is there. Like, he's not mentally all there right now. And that is reflected in those stats.
But here's the thing, Murph. It's okay. I can teach you how to take that shot and feel nothing.
And to not shoot at the rest of them. So let's do this. Coolness under fire to see if you take that point of stress.
New coolness under fire.
You can even use the new one. See, I'm being benevolent. You get an A and a B. But then you still got to make that empathy roll.
See, that's the thing. I thought the coolness under fire, I get that. I don't think the empathy roll is the...
See, there would have been three things, Chris. One, the empathy roll to take the shot in the first place. Because if you fail that first empathy roll, you can't take the shot and you take the point of stress anyway. That's what that would have been. Next, coolness under fire roll for the point of stress. Then there's a psychosis thing of, in a stressful situation, do you go into a violent rampage? So really that violent rampage is him completely disregarding human life and being like, I'm going to shoot another one of these fuckers. And he just starts shooting. Mm-hmm. That's what that is. That's what that last roll is how cold-blooded is he now? Which goes along with what where you think he is.
Yeah, because even like I made Cole a completely soulless wreck, and I had to fail. I had to do that empathy roll before I shot. What's his face's friend?
Yeah. But then it's going to be weird, right? If he makes it like another time, you'd be like, well, why?
Well, what this one means is, okay, the first, I'm letting you skip the first empathy roll.
I understand.
Right. Like, you wanted to take the shot. He takes the shot. You said you disagree that he should have to take the empathy roll to take the shot. Cool. Still taking a point of stress. Coolness under fire. And then an empathy roll to not keep shooting the rest of the civilians that were in that group.
And let's deal with this first. Coolness under fire is an A and a B.
Yep.
3 successes.
Okay. So you do not take a point of stress for that. Now roll an empathy roll for your psychosis.
Wait, but you just said he doesn't take a point of stress.
It's still a stressful situation. Stressful situation it says in a stressful situation, not if you take a point of stress.
Okay, empathy roll. It is a D, so. Holy shit!
What did you roll, Chris?
A 6.
Okay. So describe to me how this happens.
It was the guy in the yellow, right? He said shoot the guy in the yellow. And I think he said he uses the little bit of a rubble as a shooting platform. And right when he says, I want you to shoot that man in the yellow, he says, okay, whatever you want. And as the refugee turns and looks our direction, as he's looking through the scope, he squeezes the trigger.
All right. What do you do after that? What's your plan?
Valentine didn't take his eyes off of him the entire time. Off of Murph.
Mm-hmm.
Murph just looks at him and says, I hope you're happy with yourself.
Oh, I am fine. You passed. Good job.
Fair enough.
Roll me a recon roll. Flat. No bonus for terrain. Or anything else.
Both of us or just me?
Just you. Because you were the one shooting.
1 success.
Okay. When you take that shot, the rest of the group that was there, which was like, about a dozen or so people, like looks around and they're trying to figure out where the shot was coming from, but they're all kind of like, for a moment, frozen in that like deer in headlights kind of situation. Like, oh shit. What do you want to do?
Nothing. After he fires and they all scramble, he just picks up his rifle and kind of...
Oh, they haven't scrambled yet. That's what I'm saying. Okay. They're in like deer in headlights moment.
We're going to wait it out.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then they scramble and they start just taking off. They just take off running after that.
Yeah, I think they're immaterial to the situation.
Dude, I'm so excited how those rolls just came out.
That was weirdly better and sadder than I expected it to turn out.
Well, I guess it went the way that I thought it should go.
It went the way you wanted it to.
No, it went the way that I say I think my character would. Like that's where. So.
But here's the thing: the dice are the ones that are telling our story. So.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I got it.
And they have the whole time.
And the dice agreed in this case.
And I'm okay with that. I'm fine with how here's the thing. I didn't want it to go the other way. I just wouldn't have been doing my job as ref if I didn't allow the dice to tell the story. And that's all.
That's it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, I think that's where Murph is at this moment. Mm-hmm. He doesn't care, and this is the means of survival.
Yeah.
This guy could end me.
But I'm also going to say, take this as a warning, because in similar situations in the future, this is how it's going to play out. So,
yeah, I already have an idea in my head if this situation comes up again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When I said buddy,
Murph.
Murph.
No, it's definitely
sure.
Murph.
it's for sure Murph.
Yeah.
It's Murph. It's like, oh no, this motherfucker will murk some poor civilian just looking for a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're buddies.
Like I said, I think this is what Murph thinks that life is now.
So what are Murph and Valentine going to do now?
High five.
You said now that they start to high five, and we freeze frame, fade to black.
Yay!
It's like a Mentos commercial.
Anyone else thinking that like Murph's a little bit Anakin and Valentine's a little Palpatine? Like just a little bit right now.
I think that we've equated
That's awesome.
Murph to Anakin for a little bit here.
I know, but now we have a Valentine.
Yeah.
Theirs is the Palpatine. Ours is the Valentine.
I love it. They're going to wait it out, give it like 5-10 minutes for everyone to scatter, and then carry on through the square, carry on through the hex.
Okay.
Keep patrolling.
All right, so your intent was to head to that southernmost one along the river so that you could view the bunker from there.
The bunker from the south.
Okay.
Along the river, yeah.
All right. Roll me a recon roll for perception. So whoever's doing the recon roll for seeing stuff.
I got that.
So what was that? I was doing recon and you were doing...
No, you were doing survival and I was doing because I got an A and a B for...
Okay, and I've got a B and a D in survival.
Yeah.
Not awesome.
That is 3 successes.
Okay. Chris?
No successes, but I would like to push it if I can.
Do we still need to roll survival since we're in Road Hex?
Here's the thing. Technically, you can get lost in the city.
All right. We had talked about it before, and I was just requesting clarification. I don't mind getting lost.
Did you give a bonus because of the street?
No, that was because they were on that main highway that was just headed in one direction. Y'all are in an area of a different kind of situation. So I'm going to say no bonus to the survival roll.
Okay.
Is it pushable?
Yes.
Mother bitch.
Did you seriously just take a point of stress?
The dice giveth and taketh away.
Roll coolness under fire for that before you take your stress, man.
Well, I mean, technically, you don't get it for the pushed roll.
What do you mean? You still take stress? Oh, the coolness under fire.
Technically, technically, you don't get it on the pushed roll. You get it for the stressful situations, technically speaking.
Oh. Okay. Point of stress.
But I also don't count that as a stressful situation. It's just taking a point of stress. So that'll be the balance there.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. That should be by the rules the way it works.
So no courage under fire roll?
I think so. Let me look. Hold on. Let me glance at the rules before I make a final determination on that.
Well, I think it's fine if he flips out and goes into a rampage, just not a killing rampage.
Just a violent rampage. Yeah, see, so here's the thing. Under stress, it has 2 different times where you would take stress. By pushing a skill roll, if you push a skill roll by using intelligence or empathy, you suffer 1 point of stress for each explosion that you roll, right? From stressful situations, which is the second thing. So by that definition, technically suffering the point of stress shouldn't, from the pushed roll, shouldn't count as a, quote, stressful situation.
No, I like how that it's like one is general tension and your general mental well-being, and the other one is, oh fuck, the shit's hitting the face.
Yeah. Now, in the past, has this led to some different outcomes? Yes. But am I going to, from this point on, try to do it more this way? Yeah. Yeah. I think we should do it more this way.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I could see this being more like, oh, we're fucking lost or whatever.
But that's also why this one doesn't get the coolness under fire roll, but the other one does, because then it goes into that later for the other thing.
Because one is a stressful situation and one is just general stress.
Yeah, yeah.
And being frustrated and irritated that we got lost as opposed to, I want to kill the world.
Right, right. So, yeah. I mean, you could role play how that plays out when he realizes y'all are lost, but...
Hey, Valentine, are we going the right direction? This doesn't look right. I apologize. I don't know this fucking city.
We should be heading south. The river is going to be south. We head southeast towards the river, and then we'll come back along the river towards the southern side of the bunker.
All right. I apologize. I was looping us around. I was thinking of a sneakier way of just based on what I had seen.
It's fine. Take your time. Make sure your brain is straight, okay?
Sure.
All right, yeah, and you can see that bridge to your west right now, and so you know that you've gone too far east. So at this point, because you're going along the river, I'm not going to make you roll because that's a easily definable landmark at that point, much like a highway. So.
You mean when we're after going dog hunting?
Uh-huh. All right, so go ahead and roll me another recon roll.
Yep. 3 successes.
Okay. So as you're going along, you notice as you start headed down the river that you see you're going to have to go right by the checkpoint that's on the other side of this bridge to your southwest. That's what's there. There's a big fucking checkpoint. And you actually see that they're escorting a bunch of people into the town. And it looks like it's some sort of working party of indentured servants and stuff. There's a T-72 tank, escorting them, one of the big trucks, and a shit ton of people.
We need to go around the checkpoint. They will stop us. We cannot afford it.
That's fine. I'm used to snooping and pooping. Sorry, that's a American term.
All right, we need to cut back north, and then we'll loop back around.
Roll me a recon roll to hide, and that means it's pushable. Whichever one of you has the lower of the two.
Chris,
Yep.
don't forget your infiltrator.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you get a +1 for the terrain.
Okay, so that makes
Nice.
that makes an A and an A. 1 success.
Okay. It is also opposed, so would you like to push that roll?